So anyway, I didn't come to get on this. I've been thinking about the next move. Because now that Donald Trump is president, he has no opposition right now because they have the House, they have the Senate, and they have the presidency. We have to be the opposition. So the first thing we have to do right now is strike, I wouldn't say fear, but strike a no you ain't in the hearts and the mind. Now they're doing that right now with the marches. Well, marches is enough. We got to have an agenda. We have to have a platform, and we have to have a movement where we can stop him when he goes off the rail, and when he does the right thing, we want to help him do the right thing. You hear that? If he does something that we don't desire as a people, we have to develop something where we can stop him at his track. And if he do something for the people, we want to do whatever we can to help promote him. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt the first 4 years. If we don't like him, he's out. Just in case, this is what I plan on doing. Now, Jink, you will talk about this on TYT, and I've kind of stopped watching TYT, number one, because I don't have time, and I barely can get up here and do my thing with you guys. Now, one of the things I want to talk about is building a progressive coalition right now. But anyway, it is time for a new Open Youthful Democratic Party. The old Democratic Party, sorry, got to say, it has to die. One of the things I would love to see President Trump do is pose term limits. So we have to have a new Open Youthful Democratic Party. And here's the key. We can't have the politics of usual type party. Now, I'm independent, but I lean toward voting Democrat majority of the time. Sometimes I do Republicans, sometimes, most of the time, I'll do a third party or something like that because I want to help real good visions begin to get some kind of traction so other people can see the other choices out there. That's what America is about. It's supposed to be about choices. You know, people talk about pro-choice over here, but they don't want to talk about pro-choices in the election. They want to limit you to two choices. So this new Democratic Party, I'm not going to be a part of it, but I'm just saying, but I'll support it and vote for it if it's good. This new Democratic Party has to be open to collaborate with other parties. United we stand, divided we fall. Problem is, we even divided in some of these parties. We need to unite around a true progressive agenda. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to agree with everything on the agenda, but if it's the majority of the things that you're for, if that is the majority, that's what we should push. So you have to be, this new Democratic Party have to be open to collaborate with the third party. Since you say it's the third party that's cost you from these elections, the past two major Democratic elections, other than the Obama election, then why don't you open up to collaborate with them? Why don't you offer them something where the leader of that party can work with you? Because they have an agenda. And that agenda, if not just as good as yours, better than yours, but they're being blacked out by the Democratic Party, by the Republican Party, by the media, because they want to stifle. They want to press down. Actually, they want to stomp out any opposition because it gives them, it takes away the control of the people of America. The Democrats have been controlling us for the past 8 years. The Republicans, the previous 8 years before that. So they want to continue to maintain that control. They're battling enough, sweating enough between each other. It's time for us to be more open as a Democratic Party has to be more open to collaborate with other parties. And I saw that so beautiful when Jill Stein was open to collaborate with Bernie. Open to collaborate with Bernie. She was open to collaborate with Nina Turner on a ticket. If we're going to defeat Trump, if these 4 years are disastrous, if we're going to defeat Trump, we have to do something like that. We can't do politics as usual. People voted against politics as usual. They voted against the establishment. We have to do something fresh, new, on fire. Now, let me get back to this. We have to be open to collaborate with other parties, unite with those other parties to take back the House and the Senate in 2018, in the White House in 2020. Now, understand some of these other parties are actually a fraction of the Democratic Party. It's just that the Democratic Party got so beholden to the donor class, the high donor class, that they forgot the people. So these people say, we are not going to forget about the people. So they tried to work with the Democratic Party to pull them back. And that's what Bernie was trying to do, to pull them back left. But Democrats ain't going to do that. And just like Jill Stein said, you can't have a revolution in a counter-revolutionary party. Revolution has to be something like this. This is revolutional. Just fire everybody in the DNC, number one. Let me go over this real quick. These people must form a progressive coalition until they win their primaries. Now, what are you talking about right now? First off, it has to be a progressive coalition first to lead up to a dual party ticket. A progressive coalition first to lead up to a dual ticket in the future. Now, it is our opinion that Bernie Sanders, not Keith Ellison, Bernie Sanders, he's getting up there. If you want to run, that's fine. He need to let us, we have to have some signs so we can get ready for him. For those who, some of them just done with Bernie Sanders, but he do have the traction to really build a movement and build it quick. But I would rather have him as the DNC chair so he can open up the primaries, move the dates up a little bit to a month before the election in the primaries to help us get independents involved and maybe switch some Republicans to begin to vote on the Democratic ticket. Now, Bernie should run the DNC. Now, hear me closely. Michelle Obama is not the one to run for president. And if she runs for president, we need to give her a challenger. Don't get me wrong. She's bright, she's smart, beautiful black woman personally, and she's a mother and she has the heart of the establishment Democrats and most black people and some Hispanic people. But you got to understand, the reason we lost this election, the main reason is because people are tired of establishment politics. Bernie warned them and they did not want to listen, and now we got Trump. We need Bernie and the DNC to continue to hammer that over and over again, that the people are fed up. They don't want politics as usual, and Michelle Obama is politics as usual. We got to be done with the Obamas. We got to be done with the Clintons. We got to be done with the Bushes. We got to be done with that. Trump was something that bright. Now, just look, in the next 15, 20 years, one of Trump's sons is going to run for office. Now, this is what we got to do now. He's not going to run after his dad. That's a done. It's not going to happen. But right now, we have to form this coalition. Out of this coalition, we have to have the Bernie Sanders should run the DNC and just fire everybody. Anybody has something to do with the past 10 to 20 years that's on that DNC staff got to go. And he has to put some fresh new face. Now, the fresh new faces, Nina Turner should be, Nina Turner should run for 2020 for the Democratic ticket in the Democratic primaries. And if Michelle Obama runs, she need to challenge her. Jill Stein has to run for her party, which she will for the Green ticket primaries. But after they win their primaries, they have to agree to form a dual party ticket. Preferably Nina and Stein. Why? Because the Green Party doesn't have that traction yet. We're building that. And the best way to build it is that dual party ticket. She get more recognition. And they'll realize that the progressive party, there's a lot that we have in common. And it'll really strengthen the mission of the third party. So Nina run for 2020, Jill Stein run for the Green Party ticket. And at the end of the primaries, they join forces together to form a dual ticket to stop Trump. If Trump seemed to be our worst nightmares. But what if we're wrong? What if he actually do something to save America? Now, we'll get to that. But still, he need to be challenged if he's planning on running in 2020. So Nina Turner and Jill Stein must form this dual party ticket. Nina Turner being at the top of the ticket because she's a populist. Most of the independents, most of the Democratic, and even some Republicans know her. They know her. Her powerful message, her stump. They know what she's about. They know she's the real deal. She's a woman of conviction. She will not fall in line, and she'll call you out to the carpet if she have to. We need something like that. Not saying Jill Stein ain't like that. She's all that. Jill Stein is a bad girl. That's why two of them will be more powerful. It's just that her reach, Nina's reach, is a whole much further than Jill, and we just got to tell the truth. But Jill is going to get that reach through Nina. Dual party ticket. Now, I got to tell you that they actually thought about doing that before, but let Nina be Nina. She wanted to do her part to reform the Democratic Party, and this will help by keeping her in the Democratic Party and run the dual party ticket when the Greens and Democratic join together, just like Lieberman and Gore. But this is a whole lot better, boy. This is the icing on the cake. Now, once we run that ticket, possible, we have to let people know what the cabinet can look like. And here's what the cabinet could look like a little bit. Secretary of State Ajamu Baraka. But what about Gabby? Well, Gabby is great, but Gabby has that military experience. And right now, I think she will be better as Secretary of Defense. I think Ajamu Baraka would be better as Secretary of State because he has that far-arm reach already with multiple countries as a human rights activist. And we need a Secretary of State that's a human rights activist, that's caring about the rights of humans all over the world, not just militarism and all that kind of stuff and weapons and all that kind of stuff. But we need somebody like him to be seen as a Secretary of State, Tulsi Gabbard as the Secretary of Defense, ending all wars, blah, 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 working with Ajamu. So this is just real quick. I told you I'm coming up with an initiative before this weekend. I'm going to do my part as an American citizen, a Christian who loves my God, loves my Lord, and loves my country. But I'm going to do everything I can that even though I don't agree as a Christian, I don't agree with everything in a lot of people's platform. Majority of them I do. Majority of the progressive platform, I believe in majority of everything. The things I don't believe is none of your business. See, that's where it comes, where we have these issues. I love you no matter who you are. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what's your preference in life, what's your thought process, what's your thinking, how you live. That's you. That's between you and whoever your higher being that you believe in. It's not my business. You know, I got to be the best me that I can be, and this is me doing my part for America. I think there need to be a progressive coalition coming together when all these people that I just mentioned here form this coalition. I think we need to have a progressive coalition media. People like TYT Politics, people like Jimmy Dore, people like same progressive Debbie. I can't pronounce the name for nothing. We're Tim Black, and you know who I'm talking about. On Real Progressives and things like that. Who I may join. I don't know. It depends on it. So we need a progressive media, and then we need to come together every now and then to develop our own debates. Now here's the deal with a ticket like that, a dual party ticket, you'll be able to hear the agenda of a VP Jill Stein at a debate. You'll be able to see I'm telling you, that's the only way to get a Green in a debate for the next 4 years. You'll be able to get Nina Turner battling Trump and Pence, make them look stupid. Then you'll get a Jill Stein battling a Pence. So this is just my thinking, my perception of what the future has to look like in 2012. We have to get more progressive interstate legislation, local legislation. We got to get more of them into their state houses, and then we got to get the Senate back. We have to develop that message around these individuals who are in the Senate. If they're not going to be if they're not going to pick up the progressive message and stomp that, then we have to primary them with somebody fresh and new from the Progressive Party to primary them and give them as much media coverage from us, because we are the media, to get the word out, because people want our platform. They want that. I mean, even Trump people want that. They didn't go for that. They couldn't vote for that because that wasn't on the table. It was the same old, which they voted against. So we have to, in 2018, give that platform to the people who lost, to the people who's going to run again to try to take back the House and the Congress, the Senate. So we got to give that platform and tell them, you preach this platform, you talk about what you want to do. Let everybody know in your community that you're going to do this. And if they don't want to do it, we'll primary them behind and get somebody that will. And then we're going to push them because people want that. Okay? And we'll fund this thing. We'll fund it with our $7, $17, $21. So we'll fund that. So I'm going to, in the future, I'm going to put a petition out for both of these campaigns. I don't know. I tell you the truth, I don't even really know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do this, but I think it should be done. A progressive coalition must come together and form a serious movement. That's what a revolution is. When, revolution, when you're out there to war, you're stronger when you got somebody to partner with you. So that's what we got to do. So we got to get this progressive form or this progressive coalition, and we have to push this platform. Jill Stein platform is Bernie Sanders' platform on steroids. We have to present this to Nina. Nina's seen the platform. We have to present this. I believe she'll take that platform and she'll run that platform in the Democratic Party. Jill Stein will take that platform and run it for president and the Green Party. And when the primary is over, instead of them going against each other, Stein, Nina, and Trump, Stein and Nina join together as one force to go against Trump and Pence. So in the future, in the next 90 days, I'm going to put some things out. You tell me your opinions in the inbox, in the comments section, but we got to start now. I think this is wonderful. Bernie need to be running the DNC, need to clean house, not Kieth Ellison. Kieth Ellison need to be a part of progressive, or Kieth Ellison is the vice DNC chairman. And what you got is a multicultural coalition that will attract people. You got Bernie Sanders, who is Jewish, running the DNC. You got Kieth Ellison, who is Muslim, as the assistant person running the DNC, who Gabby old job. You got a black woman, Nina Turner, running for president on fire. You got a white woman who's an activist and a doctor as future vice president running on the green ticket. Then you got another brother, Ajamu Baraka, as a potential Secretary of State. And then you got a Hawaiian, I think she's Indian or Hindu, running as Secretary of Defense. You're talking about unity. You're talking about diversity. You're talking about coming together as one culture with many cultures under the will of the people. And you got something great. So I'm going to be working this. I'm going to put a petition in. I'm just a little old brother, southern brother from South Florida. Used to live in Virginia, living in the big city. So I don't know how far I'm going to be able to do this. But like I said, all things are possible. I'm not a politician. I'm just a brother who got very opinionated. I'm a columnist. I am a commentator. So consider that. Tell me your comments below. If it's a great idea, help me. I'm going to start putting a platform together within the next 90 days because we have to move now. We have, before the inauguration, this thing need to be already put in motion, okay? I'm Bob TV. I love you guys, and thank you for being patient with our new president, Donald J. Trump. He just may surprise you. Let's hope you do. Peace.